Hi there, and welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, we'll be learning area of plane shapes. So we're looking to find the area of plane shapes. And on the area of plane shapes, we'll be learning to find the area of rectangles and squares. So rectangles and squares. Now, as the lesson progresses, anything you don't understand, be sure to contact your tutor, who would be more than happy to help. So let's jump right into the lesson. So area of plane shapes, area of rectangles and squares. Now what exactly is area? Okay, what is area? Okay, we're looking to find the area of plane shapes. What is this area that we're talking about? Now, the area of a plane shape is the amount of surface space that it occupies. Quite pretty much that. Okay, for example, if you take your notebook, okay, hold onto a notebook and basically just place your hand on the top and then just rub your hand around the notebook, and basically what you're touching is the area of the notebook. Okay, basically the amount of space the surface of a notebook occupies. Okay, and then basically the larger the area of something, the larger the area of an object, the bigger it is, basically. Okay, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Basically, the area of a plane shape is the amount of surface space that it occupies. The bigger the area of something, the bigger something is, the bigger its area. And basically, we measure area. The unit of area is square meter or square centimeter. Okay, so square meter, square centimeter. Basically, you know that length is meter or centimeter. Area is square meter or square centimeter. We write it as m squared or cm squared. Okay, so now in this lesson we're talking about the area of rectangles and squares, and I have a rectangle here. Okay, and to find the area of a rectangle actually quite easy, because you have a rectangle and usually a rectangle has two distinct lengths. Okay, two different lengths, and then basically the square has just one length because all sides of the square are equal, but then the rectangle has two sides equal, so we have two sides and then another two sides equal. So the first side, the longer side, is called the length, the shorter side is called the breadth. And to find the area of a rectangle, you just have to multiply the two. So the area equals length times breadth. Simple. And basically, if often you're given, you could be asked to calculate the length of a rectangle when you're given the area. So basically, if you have the area equals length times breadth, to find length, just divide the area by breadth. And similarly, if you're looking to find the breadth, you're given the length and the area, you just divide the area by the length. Simple, straightforward. Now let's talk about squares. Basically, squares, the same principle applies, but like I said previously, for squares, we have just basically the length equals the breadth, so you have just length. And basically, the area of a square is length times length, okay, i.e. length squared. Okay, so you just square the length and you find the area of a square. And if you're given the area, you ask to find the length, all you have to do is find the square root of the area for a square. Okay, for a rectangle, area equals length times breadth. For a square, area is length times length or just length squared, because the length, all the lengths of the four sides of a square are basically equal. It does not have a length and a breadth, it just has length. Okay, so here's an example. Find the area of the rectangle below. We have a rectangle, length is 5 cm, breadth is 2 cm, area is length times breadth. That's 5 cm times 2 cm, and that gives you 10 cm squared. 5 times 2 is 10. Your answer is 10 cm squared. It's that simple. Basically, area is actually really easy. That's pretty much all you need to know. Okay, so the area of a rectangle equals length times breadth. 5 cm times 2 cm, and length is 5 cm, breadth is 2 cm, and that gives you 10 cm squared. Simple. Now, before we move on, let's talk about something very important, okay? The area of irregular shapes, because the most common shapes in nature, I believe, are irregular shapes, okay? And then basically, here's an irregular shape. Well, what exactly are irregular shapes? So this is an irregular shape. It's not a rectangle, it's not a square, it's not a triangle, it's not a circle. It's basically, it's a shape, we really don't know what it is. It's an L shape, a misshapen L. Oh, but anyway, how do we find the area of a shape that looks like this? Now, here's something very clever, something very interesting you can do here. Now, if you have a shape like this and you're looking to find the area, what you can do is you can divide this shape into two. Okay, so look closely, you can actually divide the shape into two. And when you divide the shape into two, you actually form two rectangles, rectangle A and rectangle B. Now, once you have these two rectangles and you actually have the dimensions, okay, the length and breadth of these rectangles, you can actually find the area of each rectangle. Do you agree with that? Yes, if you have the length and the breadth of this rectangle, you can actually find the area of these two rectangles individually. Now, to find the area of this irregular shape, after you found the area of the rectangle A and the rectangle B, you do so by simply adding your results together. So the area of this L shape is the area of A plus the area of B, and that will give you the area of our irregular shape. Now, let's do some examples. Example 1. In example 1, we have find the area of a rectangular surface 15 centimeters long and 5 centimeters wide. So 15 centimeters long and 5 centimeters wide. Now, we have a rectangle. It's 15 centimeters long and it's 5 centimeters wide. Length is 15 centimeters, breadth is 5 centimeters. So our area is length times breadth. Our length is 15 centimeters. Our breadth is 5 centimeters. And from this point, you pretty much know exactly what you need to do. You just need to put the numbers in. Area would be 15 times 5, and that will give us 75 centimeters squared. Simple, straightforward. Area is actually really easy. Let's do another one. So example 2. And example 2, we have find the area of a room that is 4.5 meters long and 4 meters wide. Okay, so the length is 4.5, breadth is 4. We have a rectangle, length 4.5, breadth 4. And we know that area is length times breadth. Length is 4.5, breadth is 4 meters. And quite simply, to find the area of this rectangle, you just need to multiply the two numbers and you end up with 18 meters squared. Okay, so we have 4.5 meters times 4 meters and you have 18 meters squared. Simple. Another example, example 3. And example 3 asks us to find the length of a rectangular field if it is 22 meters wide and its area is 1,540 square meters. Okay, so we're given the area, we're given the breadth and we're looking to find the length. Okay, so the question may look, but it's pretty much the same, straightforward. So area equals length times breadth, but remember we're looking to find length and we're given area, we're given breadth. Length is area divided by breadth. Basically, if you multiply two numbers to give you something, if you're looking to find one of those numbers, you just divide something by the other number. Okay, so A equals L times B. L equals A divided by B. Okay, 2 times 5 equals 10. 2 equals 10 divided by 5. Okay, now A is 1,540 square meters. B is 22 meters. And we're just going to work the numbers there. And we divide 1,540 by 22 and we end up with 70 meters. Simple, straightforward. I think we have a few more examples. Example 4. In example 4, we have find the length of a square field if its area is 100 square meters. So we have a square now, not a rectangle. And we're given the area, we're looking to find the length, okay? And remember the area of a square is you just square the length. Okay, so length times length of L squared. And so basically the length, if you're given the area and you're looking to find the length, you just find the square root of the area. And we have the area is 100. So basically, our length is the square root of 100 and what we have is we have 10 meters. Simple. Final example, example 5. Okay, now this looks very interesting, but it's actually really easy to be honest. Okay, but let's get right into it. So we have this irregular shape, okay, We have a number of dimensions there. Again, we're looking to solve the area of this shape. So we have a shape like this, and basically we've divided the shape into three. So we have A, B, and C. Okay, and basically we have A, B, and C, and now we're going to take each shape one up. We're going to take the shapes one after the other. Let's start with A. Okay, so if you look closely, the length of A is 6 centimeters and the breadth is 3 centimeters. Simple. Okay, let's do I think B is complicated. Let's do C. Okay, so C is easy as well. So if you look closely, the breadth of C is 3 centimeters and its length is 10 centimeters. Okay, now let's do B. Now B is in the middle. Okay, we really can't tell what the dimensions of B are. So let's look closely now. Let's start off with the breadth. Okay, basically the vertical dimension. Okay, and then basically if you look from the top of the shape to the bottom of the shape, we have that everything there is 9 centimeters. Okay, and then if you look to the right, you see that the breadth of A, so basically from the top of the shape down to where B starts, we have 3 centimeters. And then we have the vertical length, the breadth of B. Okay, but we don't know what that is. Okay, but then from where B stops to the end, basically we have, if you look at the end, basically we have that as 3 centimeters. So if the whole thing is 9 centimeters and it's 3 centimeters to where B starts, okay, and then 3 centimeters from where B stops to the end, basically you should have that 3 plus the breadth of B plus the other 3 should equal 9. Okay, so basically 3 plus something plus 3 should equal 9, and basically I tell you that that thing is 3, so the breadth of B should be 3 centimeters, because you'd have each of them as 3 3 3, and that would equal the full length from the top to the bottom of the shape, 3 centimeters. Now for the horizontal length, okay, we have the full length of A as 4 centimeters. Okay, so from the left up until where A stops, we have 6 centimeters. And if you look closely, from where B stops up until the end of where A stops, basically you have 4 centimeters there. Meaning when you add the horizontal length of B to 4 centimeters, you should get 6 centimeters. Okay, you have to think, you have to use your head. And basically at this point you'd say that the length of B is 2 centimeters. Okay, so we've successfully found out the length and breadth of every shape in our irregular shape, and we just go ahead and find their respective areas. So we start off with A. Area of A is simply 6 times 3, 18. Area of B is 3 times 2, 6. Area of C is 10 times 3, 30. And we have 30 plus 6 plus 18. You add all of the areas together, it should give you the total area of the irregular shape. And what you actually have is you have 54 centimeters squared. And that's it. Very simple, very straightforward. Looking to find the area of an irregular shape, all you have to do is find the area of each, or just share the shape into its constituent parts, and then find the area of each of those parts, and then you end up with your answer in the end. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You can go ahead now and attempt questions on the worksheet. Brings us to the end of this lesson. But yeah, bye for now.